It's the greatest spectacle in racing, the Indianapolis 500. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Indianapolis Motor Speedway for 100 laps around this 2.5-mile track. The Indianapolis Motor Speedway is no stranger to hosting several big-name events. Now, the LIMECAR field gets set to take place in 33 Indy cars getting ready to rip 100 laps around. 33 competitors, as I just mentioned, are set to take place in this spectacle, but only one of them will cross the start-finish line in first. Only one of them will hold the Borg Warner Trophy at the end of the day. I'm Tyson Gifford here inside the booth. Here's a look at our keys to the race. Manage your tires. This is likely going to be a two-stop race. You heard it right. Two-stop race here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Passing is a premium. We're going to be starting double file, but it's going to be tough to move. You must take the runs where they come. So you've got to be able to figure out how to make your moves, how to pass at this speedway. That's going to be intriguing. Also, something that's going to take place, lap traffic. If we do have a very long, I would say, green flag run, we are going to have lap traffic come into play as the field gets set to roll off one pace lap as Kurt Signetti takes the field of 33 around. We'll take a look at who is taking place in this field of 33. Kyle Mabey, Matthias Fiorentini, your front row. Jordan Madrid, Braden Sigafus in row 2. Justin Haley, the Indiana boy, and Nicholas Soa in row 3. Row 4, Ethan Harrison and Trojan Hawk. Row 5, Tyler Cook and Riley Gorse. In row 6, Carson Green, Christopher Marnell. Row number 7, Strokey Banger, the number 81, Jonah Burridge in the number 7. Jerry Chen, Roberto Crown Jr. in row 8. Row 9, Dominic Anthony and Stuart Gratton. Row 10, Reed Simpson and Garrett Lamar. Row number 11 is going to have Aaron Giffen and Eris Yuko. Row 12, Matthew Fastnot in the 15. Robbie Gordoff makes up the number 4. Row 13, Alexander Rowe and Kaz Crawlin. Ryan Barone, Logan Williams in row number 14. Row 15, Henry Guo and Ricardo Garcia. Row 16, Sean McKean and Jeremy Mead. Row number 17 is going to see James Alexander rounding out the field of 33 here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. 33 cars are getting set to take place in this 100-lap feature, the longest LIMECAR race that we have had in history. 33 Indy cars. Kyle Mabey getting set to lead him to the field, lead him to the green here at Indianapolis. The field strings out as now we are on lap number 2. Kyle Mabey leads from Matthias Fiorentini and Jordan Madrid taking a look to the inside, not going to make it happen. We're going to see a lot of those dive bombs to the inside here as the 78 of Braden Sigafus gets moved out of the way. That is Trajan Hawk making his way up to the front. The driver, the number 30, has already made up a few positions already. Braden Sigafus was one of our Fast 6 contenders. He has dropped back a few spots. Ethan Harrison just behind him as we're going to see a Juncos Hollinger little train here. That's a 17. of Jerry Chen already high and wide here, getting passed by Stuart Gratton in the 18. He's going to keep it clean as we are single file all the way through the field on lap number 3 of 100. On board with Justin Haley as he makes a move into third place, passing the number 06 of Matthews Fury. Kyle maybe still leads, but here comes Justin Haley, the Winnipeg, Indiana native, on the move thus far. As Jordan Madron makes a move to the inside, he's going to take the lead. Jordan Madron, your first lead change of the evening. Their new leader on lap 4 as Kyle Mabey slides down to spot number 2. That's 2 ECR cars now in second and third, but it's Jordan Madron in the number 88 up front here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Spoken a lot about Jordan Madron, especially during the Fast 6 session. Jordan loved the handling of his car, and clearly he's loving what he sees right now. He was already able to make a bold move to the inside, but Kyle Mabey's fighting back. And don't look now, Nicholas Soa in the 66 has passed his MSR teammate in Matthias Fiorentini. Here comes Trajan Hawk in the number 30. He's in 6th, 7th, and 8th are your Hoonkoos Hollinger teammates. We have quite the plethora of teammates here. ECR 2-3, MSR 4-5, and Hoonkoos Hollinger 7 and 8. Justin Haley falling back a little bit now as the 33 tucks right up underneath the 88. They're they're basically drafting each other. Kyle Mabey giving a proverbial arrow push to the 88 of Jordan Madron. That could be the factor here, I would have to say, although he's falling real back now. I think Kyle Mabey, especially in this early stage, is definitely trying to see how his car handles, especially going through traffic and really drafting here. I would have to think that 33 is going to be quite aggressive. Speaking of aggressive, someone that is kind of not liking the handling of his car quite yet, Ricardo Garcia was one of the drivers, the fastest driver in bump day, had to bump his way in to the show, but he is not liking the handling of his car here, folks. Not loving what he's feeling, not loving what he's seeing. The driver, the number 44, is going to need a little bit of luck and a lot of aero adjustments come the first pit stop. But I would have to say our pit window probably isn't for quite some time here. You will be able to make it. As I mentioned, this is probably going to be a 2-stop race unless the cautions fall your way. I would have to imagine as Justin Haley gets moved out of the way, he falls victim to the high side here. Unfortunately, I don't think we're going to see very many moves on the high side. Felix Rosenquist isn't in the field today, so that outside lane is not going to be optimal. Justin's able to get a good run there, but we're trying to hang on the side of Braden Sigafus. But if you're side by side, you're going to want to be able to clear them and get down to the bottom, as Justin Haley is able to do so there. So a little bit of Felix Rosenquist, although I have to say, leave it to the dirt guys to be able to find the high side and make it work here, especially at this one-lane track. But I would have to say our pit windows are probably going to be between lap 35 and 39, and then alternatively lap 80 and 85. Here comes Nicholas Soa making a move to the inside of Jordan Madron, new leader at the Speedway. That's the 66 of Nicholas Soa, being followed in hot pursuit by Kyle Mabey, who let the 66 go and then followed the 66 into second past Madron. So maybe not able to get around Madron, but used a little help from Nicholas Soa. That could be a strategy that we see other drivers employ, especially when they're fighting against drivers of not their own team. So Kyle Mabey looking to go back to the lead. Matthias Fiorentini sitting in fourth, one of your front row drivers. Your front row driver is still second and fourth here. Not a whole lot of movement thus far throughout the field. Although Trajan Hawk starting from not too deep in the field. He started 8th, Trajan Hawk now sitting in 5th. So I was going to say he's moved up a handful of positions, but started 8th on the outside and now is 5th, sitting comfortably in this row. The 30's been able to make up a handful of spots, especially more spots than some other people have been able to make. Lap 10 of 100, 1/10 of the way to go throughout this race. Lots of not a lot of movement thus far as you look through the field. Kyle maybe takes a peek to the inside, not going to be able to do it. Trying to suck back up to the back bumper, that 66. Nicholas Soa, a engineer on the Spire 77 car, still looking to get his way to a win, to a victory here in LIMECAR. Was part-time last season, was full-time in season 3. Kyle maybe with 1 win under his belt in LIMECAR history. Jordan Madrid, another driver. No LIMECAR wins yet. Wouldn't it be something for one of these guys to get a win here at a special event like Indianapolis? Nicholas Soa certainly thinks so. I would have to imagine he is looking for a win. Jordan Madrid takes a peek to the inside. Kyle maybe slams the door. The 33 really slamming the door. Lots of single file action here. A little bit of movement and shaking from some guys, but we have not seen a lot of tire wear yet. I think we're going to see some tire wear probably around lap 25, lap 30. We're going to see some cars get loose. These guys seem quick as a rail so far as the 33 goes to the inside. Nicholas Soa leaves the door open, shuts it immediately. Kyle maybe thought he got a window. Unfortunately, third last play just not able to get the shot. Ethan Harrison has fallen 1 position from the original starting spot from 7th to 8th. Ethan Harrison, the fastest driver on qualifying day that did not make it in the Class 6, qualifying 7th. But he feels really confident about his car. He said that he wished he made the Fast 6 just so that he could get a little bit of a handle on his car, see how it goes, and push it. He knows that he has a solid car on the race trim. He just doesn't know how it will act right to his pushing. And that is what qualifying is, full push qualifying. There's Dominic Anthony, number 23, being followed in pursuit by Aaron Giffen in the 12. Aaron Giffen, a Pacific Northwest native. Dominic Anthony, a Charlotte, North Carolina native. And Reed Simpson just in front of him from Syracuse, New York. 3 drivers, all from equally distant places. Roberto Crown makes his return to the LIMECAR Series, a Truck Series veteran. Drove 1 season in trucks. Has not driven since season number 2. Welcome back, Roberto Crown. Great to have you back in the series. Braden Sigafoos trying to work on Justin Haley here. Haley slipped 4 positions in basically 1 corner, but Sigafoos now trying to look to the inside. I think he's going to get the run down the back straightaway. His Hunco's teammate does try to follow him, not so much. 78 backs out, tries to stay underneath him, trying to force Justin into a mistake, but the 21 got a big run into turns 3 and 4. 78 is going to try and gather his momentum back up again. I think you're going to see a lot of that, where drivers are going to have to gather their runs up, try and re-attack, recharge. No hybrid system in these cars, so they're just kind of going back and forth with their runs here. Like I mentioned in pre-race, you're going to have to take the runs where they come from. If you get a run, you're going to have to take it. But if you don't get that run, like Jordan, look at this. He falls 3-4 car lengths back. Wasn't able to get it done on the front straightaway. Really had to lift. And now here's the 33 with a big run, having to ease out of it as Soa maintains the lead from maybe Madrid, Fiorentini, Hawk, Haley, Sigafoos, Harrison, Cook, Green, your top 10. Again, the 88 tries to get the run through the front straightaway, not able to do it, but he's really wrapping that white line there. Jordan Madrid trying to make the most of it. I would have to imagine this line is not conductive for his tires. Really broken that right white line, and I would have to imagine putting heavy strain and weight on that right rear. Really close to the wall goes the 33 and the 66. I would have to imagine that is probably the preferred line, but we might, I mean, if they wash up into the wall and knock the wall down, then I would have, that is not the preferred line, but you need to use every inch of the racetrack here at Indianapolis. You're going at minimum 215 miles an hour through these corners, not to mention the back straightaway. So these guys really turning up the wick, turning up the bill here at IMS. As the speedway lights up, honoring here on lap 18, honoring Kyle Busch. A pylon with an 18. Rest in peace to Kyle Busch. A true pilgrim of the sport. One of our greatest drivers ever. Not only NASCAR, but in motorsports. As Jordan Madron goes underneath the 33. Following suit is Matheus Fiorentini, so Madron and Fiorentini go 2 for 1 underneath Kyle Baby with a swap of position, and now the MSR teammates are 1-3. Madron is a sandwich in the middle of them. I don't know, a big wiggle out of the 88 there through turns 3 and 4. Madron on the hunt. I have to say, this is probably some of the best early race pace that we've seen out of Jordan Madron. Not just in the IndyCar. I mean, he's only raced in the IndyCar once, but in LIMECAR the last 2 seasons, it seems like he comes on strong late in the run. I would just have to hope that Madron has a good feel for his car later in the afternoon. The track's going to get hot, it's going to get sticky, and these tires are going to wear like hell. Really looking at the inside there into turns 3 and through the short chute into turn 4. Madron, I mean, they were all tucked up right underneath each other. And the lead car of the packs really stretch out as they go through turn 4. They're able to bunch up down the back straightaway, but through turn 4, they're able to pack up there. We see James Alexander in the 2, in the 27. That is Jeremy Mead. James Alexander, a rookie, the number 2 for Penske, and Kaz Grala in the number 50, just in front of him. These guys had to race their way in, at the very least, the 2, the 27, 10, and 44. The 50 of Kaz Grala started in 26th. He's now here in 29th, so dropping just a few positions. Not very many movers and shakers in terms of big movers, hard chargers, or even high fallers. We kind of just have the normal amount of movement. Ryan Barone started 27th, currently 27th in the number 98 for Andretti Autosport. Barone with 1 win under his belt in LIMECAR. That was at Sonoma. 26th place for Barone. As we move up through the field, Jerry Chen and the 18 of Stuart Gratton working well with each other. Jerry Chen with the McLaren Hendrick powered entry in the number 17. Stuart Gratton at Dale Coyne Racing. Dale Coyne Racing has had quite the success at the Speedway, but no wins thus far. Stuart Gratton trying to rewrite the rule book, and here comes Christopher Marnell. One of the very few drivers that I've noticed has been able to work their way through as Roberto Crown slams the door on the 11 of Reed Simpson. Your season number 3 LIMECAR champion in the IndyCar, the number 24 for Brian Rival with Cusick Racing. Teammates with Dominic Anthony, so rivals on and off the track, have teamed together to share the 2 Dreyer and Reinbold entries as Jordan Madron retakes the lead here on lap 24 of 100. And into the inside goes Nicholas Soa, who lost a few positions in the exchange of losing the lead. Now takes the position back away from Kyle Mabey. And here comes Trajan Hawk, the number 30 4. That's Rahal Letterman Lanigan Racing. And number 30, the highest Rahal car in the field thus far. His teammate, Sarah Taylor, in number 45, did not make the show. Matthew Fastnaught, number 15. Started 23rd, currently hovering in 21st place right now. Really tucked up underneath is Fiorentini. It's like Talladega in 2011. Just right underneath him to the inside. That's going to be something Madrid can't defend. If he tried to defend that, that would be... they'd be both in the stand by Fiorentini. And here comes Nicholas Soa. Meyershank Racing 1-2 to the front. Madrid closes the door on that lady who tried to follow and make it 3 positions lost to the driver on the 88. Madrid says, I don't want to lose positions anymore. But Fiorentini, your new leader here at the Speedway, a rookie, as the crowd stands still. Crowd loves it. When a rookie or a hometown boy or really whenever there's a league change, the crowd roars 300,000 and some change here in the Speedway tonight. The June round full, the grandstands full as ever. There's probably about 50,000 people standing in the door to the inside. Nicholas Soa gets the door slammed on him. Fiorentini really loses it but is able to keep it. Soa lifts. Almost at a really scary moment there. Going through turns 3 and 4 as the onboard camera really shows how much the 66 had to live and how much the 06 had to save it. Teammates almost coming into trouble there. I don't think Mike Shank would have been very happy, as the 21 of Justin Haley has succumbed to Trajan Hawk. Number 21 falling back just a little bit. Unco Solinger Racing, the 77-78, still kind of right with each other here. Not able to make any moves, and then don't look now. Tyler Cook doesn't have experience at the Speedway, but he does on the oval, but he does have experience on the road course. Driver number 74, currently sitting in 9th place. Carson Green, the rookie who drove for Lamar Race Shops, currently sitting, and Tyler Cook goes to the inside. And Carson Green is going to follow suit underneath. That's going to be 2, 3, maybe 4 positions lost for Ethan Harrison, as that's Riley Gorse in the 28, just behind the 3 for Team Penske. Riley Gorse is going to follow suit underneath him. Ethan Harrison losing 3 spots early here, the 77, slipping backwards fast. Slots in line in between the 81 and 28. That's the 81 of Strokey Banger. Riley Gorse, number 28 for Andretti Autosport. Carson Green, though, drove for Lamar Race Shops last season, looking to drive in his 2nd season in LIMECAR. A very highly sought-after prospect. Teams liked what they saw from him, but Lamar Race Shops looking to improve over the offseason. That could be a driver that we see improve his stock here at the Speedway if he has a good run, and improve his chances, or really improve his bidding odds for free agency day. Not what Garrett Lamar wants to hear, I'd assume. Here's a 29th place showing of the Chip Ganassi Racing number 9 for Logan Williams. He was fastest in practice in the all-skate, but did not have a great qualifying session. He qualified 28th, currently sitting 29th, has not been able to find really much of any speed after that practice day. They said they were really fast in the toe laps, but haven't been able to do much. Just in front of them, it's the 75 of Garrett Lamar for Meyershank Racing, or no, for Rahal Letterman Lanigan, excuse me. Meyershank Racing still 1-2 thus far, as the 78 of Braden Sigafus not he's not upset that he's lost his drafting partner with Ethan Harrison, who is falling back once again. really losing positions here. The Strokey Banger, that's also to the 7 of Jonah Burridge, also the 24 and the 22. Marnell's able to clear him. Crown not able to clear him yet, but they're going to be side by side. Someone's going to have to give up position going into turns 1 and 2. Jordan Madger and Kyle may be able to get past Furiantini, so now we have new challengers behind the 66 here on lap 32 of 100, nearing our pit window. You have to imagine these radios are going to be lighting up here in just a minute, maybe about 3-4 minutes. These guys are probably going to be probably pitting between lap 36 and 40. Strokey Banger in the number 81. Welcome back to Dragon Speed for the 81 team. Haven't been at Speedway in quite some time. Strokey Banger in the number 81. Looking strong here thus far, sitting in the top 15, the positive half of the field. And don't look now, Marnell in 24, also making headway. That's the 7 of Jonah Burridge. As here comes a battle for the lead. Madron wants the track position heading into our pit stop cycle. Here comes Jordan Madron, and also here comes Kyle Maybe, the pole sitter. We know he's got speed. Maybe trying to get some track position here before the pit stop cycle. You'd have to imagine maybe Soa is trying to drop back with his teammate. Oh no, never mind. They're not playing nice here. Side by side, the MSR teammates go. Soa's going to go from first to third, maybe first to fourth, first to fifth, as Trajan Hawk is right next to him as well. Hawk is going to give him, no, he's not going to give him the spot. I lied, excuse me. The 66 is going to drop back to 5th place now. Soa slots in line behind the 30, and now Nicholas Soa was your leader, and about a minute later, currently sitting in 5th place. I was going to say these guys are kind of lining up for peeling into pit, but I don't think that's possible. I don't think that's the case, as we're really ramping up now. Here comes Trajan Hawk to the inside of the 33. Here comes the 66 to the inside of the 30. Or Matthias Furiantini, excuse me, to 2nd. And Trajan Hawk is going to slip down to 5th. We've got battles all over the front top of the field. These tires really starting to wear out now. I think these moves are coming with ease, at least for the driver that has to attack. The drivers that defend are kind of sitting ducks now, even more so than before. Madrid is loving this, though. He's pulled out to about a 3 or 4 car length lead after all of this. Down the front straightaway, lap 36 of 100 here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Moving and shaking, moving and moving. Down the back straightaway they go. Madrid from Furiantini. As the caution comes out, the yellow is out for debris, says race control. Debris on the racetrack. We have a fair amount. I think we have a front wing cover, what they said, from one of the back marker cars. So we're going to come back to the stripe. Debris on the racetrack. The yellow is out. We've raced back to the line. And this is going to give everybody an opportunity to come down pit road, take 4 tires and fuel. Very interesting. Pace car picked up the field. Drivers coming down pit road. It looks like everybody's going to come down pit road. 4 tires and fuel is the report from every single pit box that I have heard. Let's take a look at these pit stops. Jordan Madrid leads them down. Off and away goes the 88. First one in, first one out. It looks like the 66 is going to follow suit. Then the 33. So we've got a small shakeup at the top of the field here, as we had an issue for Braden Singafus. He is going to take extended service on his pit stop, as well as some other drivers. That seems to be the 50 and the 44 taking an extended time on their stops. The 50 was the one who lost their front wing after contact with the 44. So that was what brought out the yellow. Those two drivers are going to take extended repairs. The 78 leaves pit road. He's going to be 31st on the charts as we restart here coming up shortly. The field is pacing through turns 3 and 4. It is going to be Jordan Madron up front. That has not changed. It's going to be Madron from SOA, Hawk, the 33 of Maybe, the 3 of Green, the 81 of Strokey Banger, the 06 of Fiorentini, the 7 of Burridge, the 22 of Crown, and the 21 of Haley. That is going to be your top 10 as we restart on lap 42 of 100. Green flag is back out. We're back underway here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Madrid with a clean start. The 33 was getting about everything he could on that restart. To the inside of the 30 he goes, as it looks like we've got some slow cars on the racetrack. We're going to tune back into that when we can. Justin Haley, though, is dropping like a rock. We'll have to key back in on that in a second. Trajan Hawk trying to hold it on the outside, not able to do it. Fiorentini looks to the inside, can't get there. 30 slams the door. And now we see single file here. The 33 peeks to the inside. Kyle maybe really wants to get back to that front position, as the 15 of Matthew Fastnot had a pretty good jump on the start. The restart's being reviewed by race control. They say it's all clear. The 15 was possibly the driver that they had to look out for, but all good thus far. The 78 of Braden Singafus already looking back there, trying to make some move, trying to make some money. He's got 55 or so laps to do it, as Madrid loses the lead, loses second, barely kisses the wall. Here's Trajan Hawk fighting for that third spot. It's SOA now back in the lead here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. It is time to make your money. It's time to make some donuts, as now Kyle maybe gets past the 66 going through turns 1 and 2. And here comes Trajan Hawk on the number 30. He hasn't led all day. He's been just barely hanging outside the top 5. This is the first time he's been inside the top 3 all day. He's right on the back bumper of Kyle maybe, the rookie, trying to make an impact here. The free agent to the inside. Here he goes. Big run coming off of turn 4. Trajan Hawk, Kyle maybe coming to the stripe, as it is the 77 of Ethan Harrison, who has just come down pit road. So did Justin Haley and Tyler Cook. So we'll keep an eye on those guys, as the 30 of Trajan Hawk has taken the lead. Our TV directors have missed the pass for the lead, but it's Trajan Hawk, the rookie, taking the lead here at the Speedway, as Kyle maybe is going to fall back a few positions. This is his first LIMECAR race. Trajan Hawk has put himself in the history books as an Indy 500 leader, and this is going to be a good welcome to LIMECAR statement for the driver number 30, Nicholas SOA, a free agent. Also trying to make his move, trying to make his mark. As we'll see the whole field fly by. We've kind of spread ourselves out now. Kind of a few packs, the 23 and the 11 of Dominic Anthony and Reed Simpson kind of working together here. They're in 8th and 9th. Kind of on an island all by themselves as Roberto Crown Jr. hits behind them, and then everybody else is fighting real hard. Dominic Anthony as the 81, and then here's the rest of the field. We got like a top 7 sort of group here. Strokey Banger really trying to hang on to the back bumper of all of them. And then everybody else is fighting, and we'll see some lap traffic possibly come into play here in a bit as well. Down the front straightaway, Trajan Hawk leading Madron, Soa, Fury, and CD, and maybe your top 5. As Madron really putting his proverbial front bumper to the back of the 30 car, telling him to go. Madron over the radio saying, we gotta go, we gotta go. Not sure what he's in a hurry about, but I think the 88 is either wanting to get back to the lead or wants to get in front of this group. Strokey Banger kind of falling off the tail end of this drafting group now. But Ethan Harrison, a lap car, is going to be playing games. Could be trouble for this front group. They've already caught them immediately. That's the power of the draft here. To the inside goes the 30, and his door gets slammed. Wow. Ethan Harrison not playing nice here. As a lap car, Justin Haley, Tyler Cook will also be lapped cars here more than likely shortly. But the 77 is not playing nice as the field tries to get by him. The 30 tries to lead the group around the 77. 77 slams the door. This is just unreal. I mean, I don't know what Ethan Harrison is doing. He's trying to stay on this lead lap. Really trying to stay on the lead lap here is Ethan Harrison. I think this is a losing battle, but it's pissing off the entire front group of drivers here. We're just at halfway, coming to lap 51 of 149 laps to go at the stripe. And Ethan Harrison in danger of going one lap down. One more shot at the opportunity, not going to be able to do it. I mean, he's got the entire pack ready to go, but the 30 is really playing it safe here, and it's really messing up these guys. They're going to have to gather their run back up so then they can have enough momentum to get by the 77. I think the 30 is just going to have to do it himself. He's trying to wait and get this group packed up to get by him, but I don't think it's going to work. I don't think these guys are going to be able to work together. If everybody had a radio that they could talk to with each other, they'd be able to do it. But look at this run the 30 gets without having to back up to the 88. Now he's going to get to the inside, and he's going to get by the 77. Madrid's going to be able to get by as well. And I think this might be Soa getting by as well. He is going to get by, so it looks like the field is going to get by Ethan Harrison. Jordan Madrid not happy at the 77. Kind of gave him a right rear coming off of turn 2. Ethan Harrison, a little bit upset over the radio, but he will be the first driver one lap down. There is no free pass, but the 77 could get lucky if he slots in between the 33 and 06. He's going to try to. He's really fighting hard on the outside. Not clear yet, but he could slip behind him. The 33 really sucked up beneath him. But the 06 not able to clear him yet. 77 trying to get in there. No, he doesn't. Almost loses it there. And this little exchange has allowed Strokey Banger to get back up close to them. And Dominic Anthony and Reed Simpson are getting closer, although not super close, but they're getting closer as well. Aaron Giffen in the 12 also staying close. But Giffen hasn't caught up to the 23 and 11. And the 23 and 11 are still 8 seconds and some change behind the 81. But now we have a 4-car breakaway at the front. We have the 30, the 88, and then the 2 MSR cars. And the 77 has kind of inserted himself in between Kyle Mabey and Carson Green. Not what Carson Green really wanted to see, as really not what anybody wanted to see. It's the front 3 now. The 66 has lost his 06 and his teammate. So now we're 3 and 4 kind of separated here in little packs. And maybe try to get back up to them, but the 66 really pushing here. This front 3 is working hard. We've got another small little group here. This is Jonah Burridge in number 7. So these guys are our third and final little group here, but I think the 7 has an issue of some flavor. It looks like, oh wow, he's going to get freight trained here by the rest of this group. Yeah, everybody's passing him here. He's trying to insert himself underneath, almost wrecking some people, but Jonah Burridge, with an ill-handling race car, looks like he's going to get out of the way of these guys. Aaron Giffen is gotten by the 22 and the 28 of Roberto Crown Jr. and company. He is the one leading this second little pack. So we kind of devolved into an old school plate race here. Kind of have our little packs. It looks like everybody got split up with the drivers pitting from earlier, and then it appears that the 7 has some sort of issue, so he held up that group of people again in the issue of not being able to pass. We're hearing that the 7 of Jonah Burridge has a flat cylinder, so kind of running on 7.5 cylinders, that number 7 car. Not what McLaren wanted to see from a driver who's looking to prove himself. Was one of the best open drivers last season in LIMECAR. Another driver that was one of the best, Dominic Anthony, sitting there. And Trajan Hawk here on laps 57 of 100 has led for quite some time. Driver number 30, sitting in front of Jordan Madrid. Coming to lap 58. 42 to go here at the Speedway, 2.5 miles track. 48 laps to go, and if you're Trajan Hawk, you're kind of just waiting it out. As you can see, like, nobody's really able to pass, and also we do have another pit stop to go. So these guys, I would have to imagine, are going to take it easy until the pit stops. We've got the MSR cars linked back up, and we've got plenty of time in this race. Quite a long race and quite a long ways to go. We just eclipsed the 40-minute mark on the track, so these guys, lapping about 40 to 45 seconds a lap here, and it's tough. It takes a long time, and these being green flag laps are arguably just as challenging as being yellow after yellow, because you just have to be on it all the time, on edge all the time. And don't forget, these guys in front, the spotters telling them exactly where these lap cars are going to come from. Justin Haley, Tyler Cook, they are not super close, but you're going to be catching them the next 5 to 10 laps, especially at the rate that these guys are going. Especially with Magic really wanting to push. Magic is setting really quick lap times sitting behind this 30 car. The 66 of Soa kind of conserving his stuff a little bit here. But Magic going in the loose, looking around. Let's go on board and bring the title for Thank you to Meyershank Racing for putting the driver's eye cam inside the number 66. You can just see, I mean, you're flat out basically around this whole track. A little bit of lift, but you're sitting there 5th, 6th gear practically the whole time. As we have Jonah Burge being held up by Tyler Cook here. This could be iffy. 2 lapped cars and 1 with a sour motor and 1 that can't pass them. This could be danger for the leaders, Tyler Cook in number 74. We saw him up front earlier. We know that he's got speed. Trajan Hawk being told by his spotter, take it easy, stay calm. It's all about if these guys behind him can stay calm, but you'd have to imagine that the threat of the leaders is going to make Jonah Burge and Tyler Cook want to either get out of their way or get back up on their high horse. Hopefully for the 7 to get out of their way, and hopefully for the 74 get up on his high horse and get by the 7 car. This is also really helpful for Ethan Harrison as well, seeing 2 other possible drivers getting lapped. I'd have to imagine he is happy that he's stuck with this top group. Kyle, maybe your pole sitter, sitting in 5th place. Carson Green in 6th. Carson Green, of these guys, is probably the happiest over the radio. He says that he's just happy as a clam, just happy to be here, and is really hoping to gain some spots out of this possible situation that we may have unfolding in front of us. But this is where the I'd have to say the veteran experience is going to play into hands. Trajan Hawk hasn't dealt with lap traffic like this before. Jordan Madron has before, but not at this extent. Kyle Maybe, though. Kyle Maybe, Jordan Madron, these guys, Nicholas Sola, these guys are the veterans of this lap traffic sort of deal, but they aren't the ones up front. So how Trajan Hawk is able to navigate this is going to be interesting as he goes to the inside at 74 and not able to do it. Slips back in line. Tried to get around the 74, just wasn't able to do it. And don't look now, but Strokey Banger has caught Reed Simpson and Dominic Anthony, which could be helpful for those 3. 2 is better than 3. I mean, really anybody's better than anybody, but 2 is better than 3 here at the Speedway, where you're able to work together and interact with each other. I wonder if that was strategic. I wonder if the 81 drops down to work with the 11 and 23. Here on lap 66 of 100. This could also help fuel saving. Now that I'm mentioning it, these guys sitting behind a slower car, this is going to help the fuel save. These guys will hypothetically have less fuel to put in their cars to go to the end. So we'll see how this plays out with fuel saving. I can't imagine it'll factor too much because I think these guys have been on full push for quite some time. But again, we shall see. Just to the inside here, this is deeper in the pack for 11th and 12th. That's Christopher Marnell making a move on the inside of Stuart Gratton, and also going to be making a move on the inside. Marnell is going to make it 2 for 1 here, and he's also got Eris Yuko in tow, the number 6, another one of those McLaren cars here. 2 by 2 down the back straightaway here. As they go into turns 3 and 4, Stuart Gratton washing really wide. Oh, into the wall goes the 18, able to save it. Garrett Lamar is going to have to really check up. Big hit off the wall for the number 18. He's going to keep it green and keep it clean. On lap 68, the Aris Yuko dove to the inside and then lifted heavily. Really had to, I would say, contemplate his life choices there, it seemed like. But the leader of this group is Riley Gorse in the number 28. And if you look at the intervals on the speed charts on the side, you see that gap between Strokey Banger and Carson Green, or Strokey Banger and the leaders, was 10 seconds. It's now 6. They're catching almost 1 second a lap. That's really how much Trajan Hawk and all those guys are not only fuel saving, but how much time they're losing sitting behind Jonah Burridge and Tyler Cook. As a 28 of Riley Gorse roars across the start-finish line, Aris Yuko now, with help from Jerry Chen, pushes himself to the front. McLaren has a good group of drivers that you wouldn't be expecting to see work together, but it's Jonah Burridge, Henry Guo, Aris Yuko, and Jerry Chen. That could be a formidable team here in the future, if the stars ever align. But Henry Guo married to DAF Racing for now, but who knows? We could see Aris Yuko, those guys, pretty big friends with each other. They're friends on and off the racetrack, as we see the 81 swapping positions with the 23 and the 11 here, as the rest of this pack has kind of caught up to them. They're about a second or so back from them. But look at that interval, 4.51 from Dominic Anthony to the rear end of the field, which I don't think that's accurate. It needs to update. There it goes. They are super close and closing in really quickly. Trajan Hawk, I would have to imagine these guys really need to get by the lappers, as these guys have a full head of steam catching up to Carson Green and the rest of the field. So now the field has kind of caught itself up, and we have a logjam up front. Now they've gotten by the 7 of Jonah Burridge. Hopefully he's able to cause no issues staying on the high side here. Swatter's telling him to go. Oh, he clears himself. No, Matthias Fiorentini, into the wall they go. Up and over goes the 06. And into the Matthew Fastnot machine as well, who loses a tire. An accident here on lap 71 of 100. Our first yellow for incident. A big caution, as the 15 looks like he has suspension damage. The 06 of Matthias Fiorentini was running up front so well, and it looks like he nicked the fence as well. So that's going to be a lengthy cleanup there, but a yellow on lap 72 of 100. Let's take a look and see what happened here. Oh, man. So the 7 was on the outside, and I think he kind of just came into him and cleared him, and hard impact for both drivers. Attenuator first. Let's take another look at it here. The angle that we saw kind of just clears down. He sees the gap, but the 06 just closes so quickly, and around they go, and the 06 kind of does a half roll there and then hits the 15, who it seems like he had nowhere to go. That plume of smoke. Let's go on. He gets a big wiggle from the corner, really has to lift, and then nowhere for him to go. All that smoke. And driving through the grass afterwards. So it appears that the entire field is going to come down pit road. We'll see what these pit stops do. Trajan Hawk peels off. Jordan Madron just barely misses him. Oh, Madron's going to be second off pit road. Carson Green comes out third. Very big change here But the 74 of the 74 of Tyler Cook is going to be second, one lap down, but second on the speedway here in between the leaders. So we're going to be restarting here on lap 83 of 100 after a lengthy repair. We had to pace for quite some time. Trajan Hawk is going to be your leader. Tyler Cook is second on the board, or second in the line. He is a lapped car, so he is going to be in the way, proverbially. Jordan Madron will be second. Third is going to be Carson Green. Fourth is the 66 of Nicholas Soa. The 81 is Strokey Banger. Fifth, and off and away we go. Lap 84 of 100 is away. The 30 is going to lead him to the green. Ethan Harrison is seventh in line, in between the 33 of Kyle Mabey and the 81 of Strokey Banger, so keep note of that. Dominic Anthony is in 8th. Braden Sigafus, however, has made his way back into the top 10. A masterful pit stop, as well as having to fight back from 31st to, I think he was 14th or 15th after fighting back. He's now in 9th. Lap 84 of 100. 17 to go here at the speedway. To the inside looks the 88, not able to do it. Lap 85 is now on the boards. This 74 could play disastrous here for the leaders. He's going to be quite the pick for Trajan Hawk in the closing laps. Looking to the inside, not able to do it. Wouldn't it be something if Tyler Cook is able to get his lap back the hard way? That would be quite something here, but on lap 86 of 100. The 88 really sucking up to the back bumper of Tyler Cook. Carson Green sitting in 3rd place, moving to the high side. The 74 is moving out of the way. I think by force. Here comes Jordan Madron. Here comes Carson Green, the driver of the number 3, sitting in 3rd place, looking to make a big statement. Trajan Hawk, however, also trying to make a big statement. The 3 loses momentum, and now it's a front 2. They're going to be fighting for it. The 66 of Nicholas Soa moved in, moved out. Now the 3 washes up the racetrack. Nicholas Soa is going to move into position number 3. Here on lap 87 of 100, Ethan Harrison is holding up the rest of those leaders, and Dominic Anthony not too pleased. We have a top 6 breakaway here at IMS, as well as Tyler Cook, who has gotten back around the 88. Here, the 66 now trying. This is quite bananas here. I think they did something setup-wise to the Jordan Madron machine that he doesn't like. He has slipped back from 2nd all the way behind them. Not happy with his race car. The 77 is in front of the 33 and 17, so it's a top 5 breakaway plus Tyler Cook, with Jordan Madron barely hanging on to the back bumper of the 81 of Strokey Banger. Carson Green still sitting there in 3rd place after all of that shuffling, has regained 3rd place. Here comes Nicholas Soa, the 66, trying to get around. Not able to do it, as he had to lift for the 7 of Jonah Burridge, who is getting lapped by the field, who might hold up the field here if they're not able to get around him. Oh, almost squeezes the 77 into the wall. Almost squeezes the 17 into the wall, and he's going to slot right in front of Dominic Anthony, who has just had the worst luck with lap traffic here today on lap 89 of 100. Anthony might have had a very slim chance of winning after that restart, and that slim chance has gotten even slimmer. As Soa sits behind Trajan Hawk. I think the 66 might be the fastest car on the racetrack, but he's going to have to pass the driver who has led the most laps here today. Trajan Hawk holding off the 66 into turn 1, slams the door with 10 laps to go. Look at this stack up behind the 7. With 10 laps to go, not happy. There's about 20 angry radios at the 7. The 23 ducks to the inside, loses his momentum immediately. Jonah Burridge not making a fan out of anybody thus far. To the inside goes that's Henry Guo, no, Arisuko, excuse me. There he goes, around the outside, or around the inside, with a huge head of steam. That's going to allow the 7 to check up, which means the 23 and 11 go by, trying to go by. Oh, not able to do it. The 11 still stuck behind. Reed Simpson had his opportunity and kissed the curb, had to really lift there, and now these guys are stuck behind them all. There he goes now around the 7. The 7 letting them by. Garrett Lamar trying to get by the 7. Not able to do it. So now we have... it's like Jonah Burridge is letting them by a 2x2. It's like he's a bouncer at a nightclub here. I don't know where the run Arisuko got, but that was ridiculous. 8 laps to go here at the Speedway. Dominic Anthony, 14 seconds back and some change. Holding on to this top 10. The 7 of Jonah Burridge just holding up the field, clogging them up like a number 2 on a hot day. Like a McDonald's cheeseburger after running a marathon, Jonah Burridge is giving these people a massive heartache, watching their 500 hopes and dreams slip away, second by second. The 11 and the 78 have gotten by. They're going to duke it out for 10th place. All that they can hope for now. I think they're just going to work with each other. Braden Sigafus, Reed Simpson. What it could have been, especially for Sigafus, if he hadn't have had that miscue on pit road. That 78 would have been bad fast competing for this win. 6 to go at the stripe. Trajan Hawk, Nicholas Soa still 1-2. Carson Green in 3rd with a lapped car in between him. Dominic Anthony, Arisuko, 8th and 9th here. These two are going to be fighting for 8th place. Not that big of a difference of a paycheck. With Jerry Chen, who was able to get around both of them. And just cruise on by. He's going to be fighting with Kyle Mabey in 6th or 7th. 5 to go now at the stripe. Laps are winding down. Not much happening at the front. As these guys wondering what it could have been. Anthony looking to the inside of Yuko. Spotter tells him no. Just stay with him. Let's go on board with Carson Green. He's now traveling between 3 and 4 at the Speedway. To the inside goes Soa. The lap car once again. They've swapped positions and they swapped back. Carson Green on board, 4 to go. who could win this race, but we've seen it before. Once passes start getting made, these drivers start acting in a frenzy. It's like seeing ants go over a leftover sandwich left on the ground. They just start going crazy with 4 laps to go. These fans are getting restless. They've drank since 6 a.m. They're here in the stand. Trajan Hawk, Nicholas Silva, Carson Green, Strokey Banger, Jordan Magic, your top 5. And Tyler Cook is in between all of them. What it could have been if the 74 was on the lead lap. But here comes the 66. Puts his wing on the left rear tire, this 30. He really has to back off now. The 30 with 3 to go. Down the back straightaway. 6.5 miles for Trajan Hawk. 6.5 miles for Nicholas Soa to get up there. 6.5 miles for Carson Green to figure it out. Big run from Strokey Banger. The 81 could make a run for third here. The podium position. Nobody remembers who finishes second or third at the 500. Everybody remembers who wins. It could be one of those finishes to the inside with 2 to go. Soa trying to do it. Not able to do it here. 5 miles to go for these drivers. Trajan Hawk trying to hold off Nicholas Soa and Carson Green. Watch the run that the 66 is going to be able to generate here. The 30 isn't a sitting duck, as he's been defending patiently all day. The rookie. Through turn 4. 4 more corners to go till immortality for Trajan Hawk. 4 more corners for Nicholas Soa. White flag in the air. The 66 not making a move in the turn 1. Will the move come? On the back straightaway. Gathering up his run. I feel like a broken record. I feel like I've been saying he's gathering up his run, but he's got one more opportunity to do it. Soa into turn 3. Not close enough. The 30. 2 more corners for the young man. The rookie. Never driven in LIMECAR before. Well, welcome to the series, Trajan Hawk. Down the front straightaway, the 66 not going to do it in time. Trajan Hawk has won the Indianapolis 500. What a race, what a finish. At the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. And all you can say is, wow, what a race. The 75 and 12 were finally able to get around the 7. But it's the 30 of Trajan Hawk who gets it done. At the world's most famous 2.5 mile oval. What a race. What a day for Trajan Hawk. Led the most laps. Was able to hold off veterans of the sport. And he's going to get it done. Driving down the front straightaway to wave and salute to the fans. Here are your Indianapolis 500 results. As he stops at the start-finish line, the crowd roaring and the crowd cheering. Your official results will scroll past on the screen. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you all next time. Thank you for joining the Indy 500. Congratulations to Trajan Hawk for what is a phenomenal finish to a phenomenal race of the LIMECAR Indy 500.